is Congressman Rush Holt, Democrat from the 12th District of New Jersey. Will be talking with us about the new administration. I'm Hank Hallett, Fred Tasillo, Lauren Otis, Barbara Houston, and Congressman Holt. So
good to be with you.
Thank you. Well, let's start off with what kind of goals you have for the incoming president.
Well, it'd be presumptuous of me to set goals for him. He set some pretty high goals for himself. My goals for me are, pretty much the same, unless his ambitious ideas end up kind of changing the nature of the way we do business in Congress. And if you read the words or listen to his words from the inauguration, it was a bold and ambitious statement that could, in fact, change the way we do business. But I'm going into it with the sense that my 6th term will be much like the previous 5, except that it will be with a majority in Congress of the same party as the president. And surely that will make a difference. But my role of serving constituents first, I mean, that's why I was elected, and doing my homework on the issues to look for ways to meet the needs of people at home, that's still the same.
If you had to pick out one of your legislative goals that should benefit most from having a Democratic president, what would it be? Where's your best opportunity in terms of your own agenda?
I'm pleased to see the attention that's been given to science. This has been something that's not just a legislative goal. It's kind of one of my life goals, is to get people to think more scientifically. And Barack Obama, although not trained as a scientist, himself has what I would call a very scientific approach to problems. He draws out evidence from other people and makes decisions based on evidence. He seeks out contrary evidence, things that might disprove or change his approach to a problem. And he regards other people as having not just different opinions, but a view of the evidence that might possibly be better than his. I mean, that's a kind of description of what science is. You're trying to answer questions in ways that they can be verified by others or disproved or otherwise changed by others. And so what I've said is that I hope he can bring to everyone in his administration that same kind of again, what I would call scientific thinking that he seems to engage in himself. Furthermore, in his initial actions, such as the development of this stimulus package, or what goes by the name of the recovery package, even before he was president, when he was still heading up a transition team, he made it a point to put research and development in that package, recognizing that that has real economic benefit in the short term, mid-term, and long term. I mean, traditionally people would have said, oh yeah, research is probably good for long-term economic development. It is very noteworthy that he and his transition team would recognize science research as something that could be in a recovery package that's intended for immediate economic stimulus. Furthermore, in his inaugural address, it certainly caught my ear, and I think the ears of a lot of other people. He said, "We will restore science to its rightful place," and he referred to that in a passage when he was talking about the economy. He said, "We want an economy that's not based on empty consumption." Those are my words, not his. But he actually talked about laying a new foundation for our economy. Bold stuff.
Now,
Yeah.
we talked a little bit about goals.
Yeah.
Do you agree on his priorities in terms of what we need to do now? Obviously, the economy needs attention, but there's so many things that perhaps people believe that ought to be dealt with. Are you pretty much in sync with his priorities at this point?
Well, the actual priorities, as they will be spelled out in a budget, I mean, no doubt that we'll get a budget that was more or less prepared by the Bush administration, followed a month or so later by his revision of that budget. My guess is that's the way it will work. And, of course, that's when you really know what the goals are. Words are cheap. Nevertheless, the words of his inaugural address I found not only in sync with my thinking and inspirational as an inaugural address should be, but I found them just really exciting. I mean, I think he was grand without being grandiose. He didn't use the word "I" a lot, which was good. And he talked about, first of all, I mean, his first job, I think, he seemed to think, was to steel the American people for tough times to come. I mean, he talked about crisis. He talked about people working to the bone, working their fingers to the bone, historically, as if to suggest, we're going to have to work really hard now, and it's not going to be fun. That he seemed to be saying that in several different ways. And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, he talked about an economy with a new foundation. We talked about science, and that's good because I think that we have underinvested in research, and so we're, as they say, sort of eating the seed corn. We're not producing the new ideas, the innovation that we need if we're going to stay ahead. I mean, even feed ourselves, let alone stay ahead in the world. And he talked a lot about, the kind of looking after all segments of society and that sort of thing. So it sounded very good. He did not talk specifically about health care, which he probably should have, because that is one aspect of what government can and should be doing in the near term to help people, make sure that those who don't have good health care get good health care.
Yeah, certainly with more and more people being out of work, it becomes more of a necessity.
He didn't explicitly talk about how we're going to help people who are unemployed, extending unemployment benefits, but those are among the things that he has been working on through his transition team. So I don't think he's forgotten about health care. I don't think he's forgotten about the unemployed. I think those will be done. But what he did put in his inaugural address, I thought was just great. I thought it was just great. It was, it wasn't as great a speech, maybe as Lincoln's second inaugural, with all of the religious overtones there. It was not it didn't have the flourishes of the Kennedy Sorensen. Maybe Ted Sorensen would call it the Kennedy speech, but we'll call it the Kennedy-Ted Sorensen speech of 1961, which was, really was soaring in its rhetoric. But it was a very good speech, you know, well written, well delivered. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, in his speech, he very specifically referred to how the old way